Welcome everybody. It is 22nd of March on a Monday, and we are here at Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya. It is 8 o'clock in the morning according to, well, I think it is 8 o'clock in the morning. Track length of, oh well, it's not. It is a track of 4.57 kilometers in length at an altitude of 118 meters above sea level, mostly cloudy with a 15 kilometer an hour northeasterly wind. Track temperature of 22 degrees Celsius, 71 degrees Fahrenheit. Myself and Craig back at it again. Craig, how's things?
Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Rob. Good evening, everybody. I would like to start with just a little touching tribute for everyone who is aware. This weekend, the iRacing community lost John King. We did our pieces earlier in the month for the major series for a tribute for him, and unfortunately, finally, he has succumbed to his the horrible thing that is brain cancer. So, from all of us at Raidillon TV, we do send our condolences to his family, to his friends, to his team, because Kinetic Racing was a very popular team around the iRacing service. So tonight, these guys are racing for John. We're here for John as well, so our condolences. But with just 3 races left in the series, Rob, everything is all to play for. Amateurs are out there at the moment, and the amateur situation is like this. Christian first standing on 654. Callum Beament standing on 652. And then in third, Raidillon Lee with 522. That's a 100-point gap. But you can get 100 points in one race here, so it's not too worried. Daniel Gilding, fourth with 502. Ryan Hamilton, fifth with 494. It is the penultimate sprint night. But we've got 3 races left. Are you with me? We've got an endurance race next week. Just to throw everybody off course there. So
it's gonna be a bit of a hairy situation, isn't it?
It's all to play for. It's all to play for. And I think the key thing is, let's address the elephant in the room. This is Barcelona Grand Prix layout. Now, everybody likes racing the historic layout. So, of course, the historic layout, you ignore the chicane rack, the rack chicane, and you just go straight on from Europe car to New Holland. The Cakeser, it's also a little bit, I think, earlier. Yeah, earlier, sorry, because we do have the iRacing curse of track scan, and then they make modifications with the Cakeser being just changed to one corner now. Which is in the middle of the historic Cakeser and the Grand Prix Cakeser. But no, we're using the old GP, and we're using the chicane, and that's going to cause, even with this small field tonight, not a lot of people out here tonight, but even with the small field, it does make you wonder, are we going to see chaos at the chicanes? I mean, we're not promoting it, and in fact, Daniel Gilding's had enough. Oh, he has had enough. Now, where's that? That is coming out of... It looks like it's Repsol. Yeah, no, it's Renault, sorry. He just took way too much speed on his first lap. Put the throttle on too early in Repsol and tried to stop it. By the time he tried to stop it, though, it was too late. So, Daniel Gilding, unfortunately, he'll be going around. He didn't spin. Unfortunately, he did have to let some traffic go by, so he'll be third last. First car out there to set a time, though, is Christian first. He's going to be crossing the line with 1:45.204. A little bit slower than what he was doing in practice. What about Matthew Saul? Well, he's just doing better than practice. The 1:44.957, sorry. And Callum Beament, 1:45.285. Those two names, Furs and Beament, you're going to be hearing a lot of them tonight. Chris Chaddison throws in a 1:44.911 for the Eclipse team in that Lamborghini. And then more names coming down with Chris Hamer, 1:45.581. Ryan Hamilton will be next, 1:45.318. As you can see on the timing towers, Daniel Gilding will be next across the line. What can he do? And it's an invalid lap, of course. Well, that's some short-term memory if I've ever seen one. Wow. And T. Tim's a 1:55.233. I've got some good short-term memory tonight.
Matthew Sewell currently in second with a 1:44.958. It's going to be 10 amateurs what's it? 1, 2, 3, 6 pros. So it's gonna be quiet out there today.
Well, to be fair, we know what chaos Barcelona can provide for a lot of people. Whether it's the RSR World Series, whether it is the European Sprint Series, whether it's even... No, we haven't done anything else, really. It's just those. We haven't done any endurance racing here, but we know the trials and tribulations of this track. It's a wide track with lots of places for too wide, lots of places that people can go for the overtaking moves, some high-speed corners, some low-speed corners. You've got hairpins, you've got kinks, you've got that chicane at the end, so a lot of opportunity there, but you have to time it right. You can't just throw yourself in there. But Christian first threw himself in there, 1:44.741. He's the first man, and Chris Chatterton's had a spin! Chris Chatterton at the rack chicane has had a spin! So he is going to have to stick with that 44.911. Callum Beeman then goes forward 44.703 to take pole. Matthew Saul could not go for it. He went faster, but not fast enough to get that top. Ryan Hamilton is coming around the rack chicane right now. He's going to beg your pardon. He's going across the lap now. It's a 45.172. I think Daniel Gilding's the only car we're just waiting on to see, and it's a 45.035. Simon Dodd will be last to set a lap for the amateurs. He's still there with his Murray Walker tribute. That lovely tribute car coming for a Europe car right now. Minds the Sausages comes down into rack chicane. Again, avoid the Sausages. Tough. Just a tough corner for anybody. Runs over the Sausages there. Not sure about the off-track rules there for the Sausage. We'll wait and see as he comes out of New Holland down the start-finish line. So 1:48.498 for the Eclipse man.
Not able to improve his time, and he will stick where he is in 8th position for amateur. And now it is pros. Let's see how they do it.
Well, they'll do it faster. Their practice time, of course, their practice times have been. The amateurs were doing high 44s and dabbling in the low 45s. It's the low 44s all around for these pro drivers, and Pro Series is just as close, except for Tanguy van der Wigge. 658 points for Tanguy. P2 is James Armstrong with 494, and Jonas Dreyer, who is not around today, with a 492. Milan Tikins again not here today, a 428. Harry Wills a 392. Harry Wills could just throw a surprise there. No timings, no live timings on our website, of course, and I think the tower might be having a few gremlins at the moment. We'll get that fixed for you.
Oh wait, you can't see. Oh, I know why. Hang on. There we go.
I'll tell you what it is. It's because the first image you showed of everybody was that cursed wall at Barcelona.
Yeah, it was. The cursed wall of Barca.
Yeah. We all know what it's like. We all know what it's like. So, Neil Butler, by the way, is making a... Neil Butler? Neil Butler? What's going on here? Making a cameo. The RSR amateur Season 1 Amateur Champion coming out from the Midland Sim Racing. As he's making a... making a nice cameo here tonight, just for the fun. I don't think Barcelona's on any series recently, so it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, not a lot of pros out there today. Van der Wigge will be the first car out, so when Van der Wigge will cross the line, I think it'd be nice to just send you around a lap of Barcelona, because it's very different when you see the cars going around in F1s and just there, Andy Hitchens just telling us in chat that it's he's got a migraines, and Neil's stepping in. So have a swift recovery, Andy. Nobody likes migraines. To be fair, while we're waiting for Tanguy, one thing my ex used to do. Now, I'm not saying do it. Was that they would try and eat a banana because bananas made them throw up. So they tried to deliberately throw up by eating bananas. I know. I don't know why. But Tanguy, Van der Wigge, championship leader, coming around the final corner. Let's go for a lap on board, why not? Because I think it's going to be fantastic. He comes down at the start-finish straight. He's coming down the start-finish straight right now. You want to be looking at the moment, probably down for those 200 markers, almost just where the curve starts, maybe a little bit later. Yeah, those lights at 100. Breaks down into 4th, 2nd gear. This is Elf. Elf, you take this little chicane right here. You do want to get a little bit of a lift. It's getting into 3rd gear. And again, tap of the brakes. A little bit of lifting here for Renault. Try not to go wide. He's up into 4th gear now as he continues down. Underneath the bridge that says Repsol, because this is Repsol. Blind right-hander, get on the throttle as late as you possibly can without overcompensating, and then into the tight Seat. It looks wider than it is, but it is such a tight angle there. Down now, onto the throttle, get as fast as you can, down into 4th gear right now, maybe 5th, no, avoids 5th, breaks into 3rd for Worth, and tries not to go, again, you think it's a kink, it's not, a little bit of a slide there for Tanguy. And now lift for Cancer. And now you finally get a little bit of rest, a little bit of respite. But because this is the GP circuit, it's not for long. This is the case of the F1 version. Break at the 100 mark, and it's quickly in. It's unlike the historic version or the new version. Take the sausage curve, and then a little bit of a kink here. Still in 3rd gear, go down to 2nd as you come around Bonk Sabadell. And now you want to get the throttle on. You cannot see this corner. You cannot see it until the last moment. This is Europe car. You want to try and avoid going too far, and then into the rack chicane. Van der Weegar hits the sausages or tries to avoid the sausages. New Holland will be the final corner. What is his time is the important question. He'll be the first one to set a lap around here. Comes across the start-finish line. It's a 1:44.122 for our championship leader, as Will Egby responds to a 44.583, and the times are flying in.
Oh, Harry Wills having a bit of a moment coming out of the final corner. I think he's trying not to repeat what he did before. He'll have to go around again. And only Harry Wills has yet to set a lap for professionals.
No Butler, by the way, 1:44.145. What a great time that is for Butler. Did really well. It was only yesterday I remember Neil Butler was an amateur. And that was, what, half a year ago? And now look at him. I mean, what a great story. I'm not saying that a Racing Sim rig that he won helped him, but this series, of course, is sponsored by Racing Sim Rigs, and you can get some great rigs from them. So maybe Butler got some help with that. I think he's just gone a little bit, speaking of Butler, I think he might have just gone a little bit wide. Also, for some reason, saying Racing Sim Rigs really fast just triggered Siri. I wondered who was calling me, but no, it was Siri. So they're still coming to do their coming around the laps. I'm just seeing if anyone's having any moments or any off tracks. You know, it's pretty quiet in the moment. In fact, Taylor Lane did his one and done with that 1:45.344. Van der Weegar is going to be coming across. Will he dip into the 1:43s? Nobody, not even in practice, has gone into the 1:43s. Van der Weegar did a 1:44.091. Butler did a 44.073. Van der Weegar, championship leader, comes in with a 44.056. Oh, so close. As Will Egby comes across with a 44.515. Neil Butler, does he improve? No, he doesn't. It's an invalid lap. I thought he went wide, and he did go wide. Coming out of Worth, Harry Wills does set a lap time. Pretty sure that's it then. Yeah, wow, Neil Butler, that little off track, it did look like he took too much. And yeah, that's that. So that is... Sorry, Andy Miller. I forgot about that. We won't talk about that. Here's the championship standing. Do you remember that now? Tanguy van der Weegar, qualifying standing 1:44.056. Neil Butler with that 1:44.145. James Armstrong P3 for 1:44.494. Will Egby 1:44.514. And then to the amateur Callum Beamont, that crucial pole position over Christian Furs at 1:44.703. Christian Furs with that 1:44.741, and Chris Chatterton with 1:44.911. Then you've got Matthew Saul, 8th overall for 1:44.957. Daniel Gilding for 1:45.035. Ryan Hamilton for 1:45.171. Harry Wills for the pros with a 1:45.211. With Taylor Lane at 1:45.344. Then we've got Chris Hamer, 1:45.581. Simon Dodd, a 1:48.498. Dean Timms just getting around for 1:55.233. James Pearce not setting a lap time. And that is our drivers for the day as we wait for the race session to load in.
And we should be fine.
We'll be fine.
And we'll be fine. I mean, my personal favorite would have been the, the classic without the final chicane circuit layout. But, we can never win too much.
No, to be fair, I think for multi-class racing, that chicane is horrible. But we're not multi-class racing today. We're single car racing. So, does that help? I possibly. It's one of those things. I think to myself, it could help. But at the same time, we are GT racing, and I just saw that cursed. I just saw that cursed wall again, Rob. I just saw that cursed wall
it pops up every now and again, doesn't it?
Every now and then it just comes out of nowhere and just goes like, surprise!
I'm still here. Haha.
Yeah, I think they need to. What did we think of the Sebring 12? Yeah, that was a good thing. The Sebring 12 hours happened this weekend, and I missed the last 2 hours. Unfortunately, I was absolutely shattered. I don't know why. I didn't do anything cool that day. But it was some interesting racing. Some of the incidents I saw was crazy. The Ally car 48 disqualified because Simon Pagenaud did 50 minutes over his allotted time. And if you do over your allotted time, you're automatically disqualified. We saw a crazy crash with the LMP2, which is a true testament of how strong those cars are. And also a true testament of how the Americans just, do stuff on roads. Because with the amount of damage to that tire wall, I just thought, they'll have to red flag it. Like if that was F1, they'd red flag it. Nope. Full course caution. Everybody goes around behind the safety car. Forklift on the track. Lifts up the new tires. Puts them straight in. They were done within 30 minutes, and I was like, wow. Could not believe it. I can't remember who it was. There was a GT Le Mans car that had the iRacing pit stop crash at Sebring, and also Monza, where, they're taking the racing line, and then, they need to dart straight back to the right because they need to go into the pit lane. Oh no, here's a prototype. Oh no, it's hit me. Oh no, I have suspension damage. So that was interesting. I thought it was some fun racing. The one thing that puts me off IMSA at the moment is the amount of classes. I know that sounds crazy, but
you just spoke heresy.
Well, because they don't have the numbers. GT Le Mans is dead. GT is dying. They can't get the LMP2s. The DPIs are still there. COVID's still a thing, so you can't get a lot of LMP2s from over the sea. So, which is, LMP2 is mostly European. Let's be brutally honest. It's mostly European things. So they get LMP3 in, which is fine. But the pace of is also almost akin to a GT Le Mans or a GT. I'm just going to call it Le Mans because, I'm getting myself into that mindset nowadays with IMSA.
It's GTE. I don't care if they call it GT Le Mans. They're wrong.
Well, that's your prerogative.
That is my stance, and this is the hill I will die on.
The LMP3s are not that fast, and there are a lot of amateurs. I don't know if you've seen the comments from what happened after Daytona. Some Discords are now calling them the dentists because a couple of the drivers in Daytona 24 were dentists who paid the money to race as a gentleman driver in an LMP3. I don't know if you.
Well, that'd be the same equivalent back in day when you paid to get in your seat. They used to call them all sorts of things. But if it doesn't matter who they are, or what walk of life they are, do they drive safely? Yes.
No.
Well, I was trying to lay out an example. As long as they drive safely, it doesn't matter.
Are you tapping on the?
Yeah, my desk. Yes.
Yeah, you're tapping on your desk because you're not happy. I get it. I get it.
It's the kind of thing that racing shouldn't be involving itself with, if I'm gonna be honest. You know,
Oh,
this
what?
kind of tit for tat, like, ha, you guys are all dentists. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. So?
Yeah. So.
I mean, some dentists are proper quick at their machine, so don't knock a dentist until you become a dentist and also decide to go racing.
Yeah, one thing I will say is I had a dentist that apparently previous job was a butcher, and it scared me to death. Just the idea that I'm being serious. Just the idea that your dentist is a former butcher when you're a kid is just really, yeah.
Only in England do you get that kind of thing.
They were Eastern European. I'm not knocking Eastern Europeans. That's not what I'm getting at here. It was more. It was because he was actually a really nice gentleman, but it was more the fact that he used to be a butcher, and it's just, I just remember at one stage there was a fault because the water hose thingy wasn't putting water out, and I was just getting dry air, and he was just there like, why is it not working? To his assistant, I'm like really panicking because I'm like, oh, I don't like this. He didn't give me nightmares. He did not give me nightmares. But yeah, it was just one of those things. I'm being serious as well. That's the weird thing.
It sounded like you were trying to just come to terms with a dentist making a mistake. Dentists are human beings. They are fallible.
Oh no. Yeah, I know, but you gotta understand. I'm still young. A lot of anxiety.
Mom. Dentist pulled my teeth out.
Oh, good word, I haven't had that yet. I have had that to have reconstructive surgery and I smashed my front teeth, but apart from that, nothing serious. But, oh dear. No, shout out to dentists. They're I feel sorry for them at the moment.
Shout out to dentists everywhere, yes.
Yeah.
Though, the one thing Hitchens brings up a very valid point.
Oh, how
dangerous
bumpy?
pit exit is. No, well, the first point and the third point. The second point, I don't think we're ever going to get fixed. The first and third point.
No.
Sebring is horrendous in terms of bumps, and that pit exit isn't a pit exit, more like a slingshot.
Yeah, did you actually see the incident that happened with both of those things combined?
I did not.
Prototype coming out of the pits. Prototype going around turn 1, gets caught on the bump, loses the car, and just goes straight into the side of that car that's just come out the pits, and like leaving all the space in the world, and just just boom, they both go off. It was it wasn't a major crash, that they were. I think both teams were able to recover and get going, but yeah, it was one of those things. But I'll tell you the one thing I do remember, I will always take away from that Sebring. Jimmy Johnson crashes the 48 Ally car in practice. No, in qualifying, sorry. Crashes the 48 in qualifying. In the warm-up before the race, they've got the car all fixed. Jimmy Johnson does not go out and do any practice laps. Jimmy Johnson then starts the Sebring 12 hours. And everyone's like, this is not going to go well. And guess what happened in the first hour?
It did not go well.
Jimmy Johnson hit the wall out of Sunset. With no offense, because I can't really say much. He is a 7-time champion in NASCAR. But if you haven't had practice, that's gonna be weighing on your mind. You're going to have a bit of anxiety, not to mention the bumps, which I'll tell you what was more bumpy, Atlanta in NASCAR. You just got to be careful. But also, like, when cars are getting suspension damage, and you look at how bad the suspension damage is in real world, and you look at it in iRacing, and you're like, yeah, I kind of get how bad it is now, but at the same time, can we please have suspension damage fixed? You know, they can take a shock out and put a new suspension on in about 5 minutes. Why can't we get it in iRacing?
You don't deserve it.
I really don't deserve a lot of things, to be fair, so that is true. That's very true. So, track temperature is now 32 Celsius, 90 Fahrenheit. It is 7 minutes past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Do not listen to anything that Rob's special splash screen said, because his time is wrong.
Wait, what time did you say it was?
It's 8 minutes past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. What does your screen say?
8 minutes past 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, alright. Do I believe you?
Yes. Do it.
No, don't believe you.
33 degrees Celsius track, 91 degrees Fahrenheit. And the wind has picked up, actually. It's now 20 kilometers northeasterly.
Key fact, humidity, 44%. So it's not at that stage where you're looking at massive sliding, but you are going to be seeing some issues. But dry air should help them out a bit as well. Kind of low down, lower down here, despite the elevation changes. They're not massive elevation changes compared to other tracks that they are racing on. Like I said, after tonight, there's only 2 races left in the season. You're wondering, we've got an endurance race at Suzuka next week, and then we say goodbye to the series at Long Beach with 2 sprint races at Long Beach. I know, but with points on offer, each race will give you 50 points tonight if you win. So you do the double, that's 100 points. And like I said, the key battles today is Christian First and Callum Beamont in the amateurs. Just 2 points separate them. James Armstrong can really solidify his P2 over Jonas Dreyer if he gets any type of result tonight. Remember, you must be within 2 laps of the leader of your class to be classified for points, which is another key fact we'll have in this race. As the practice time ticks down, I think we're almost ready to... it's not really grid up. What do you say? Park up for the formation lap? Is that the best way to say it? I never know. Yeah, park up.
Park up for the formation lap.
Yeah. Park up for the safety lap? Park up for the formation lap, gentlemen.
Park up for the pace car. And look, we're about to get going.
We are about to get going. Any predictions? Any predictions?
Not for me, no.
Okay. Any predictions?
I'll remain prediction list.
You remain prediction list.
List? No, prediction less.
Oh, less, sorry. What's interesting is Caps is going by the practice lap time of Dandoiga. And if the race was going at that pace for the whole night, we're looking at 18 laps, but it's 17.06. It's oh so tight. And also, like, they may also be having less fuel on board, because they do have, they do take as much fuel as they need to in these cars. So that is always one to watch out for. Remember, it's a very small grid tonight. Only 17... Well, actually, no, 15 cars. Where's everyone gone? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pros.
There's 15 cars. Dean Tins and Will Egby are not taking the starting lap.
Oh, Will Egby's actually fur-putted. Oh, Egby's fur-putted, and then I just saw James Armstrong blink, and I thought, don't tell me he fur-putted as well. We've only got 5 pros on the lead, well, on the race, full stop. Because of Egby with that fur put as they come down to Europe.
This is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need as we're coming past the final chicane. Craig, it is all yours.
It's all mine. Where will Van der Weegaard go? Remember, they have the starting procedure. Starting procedure starts around the DRS zone. So when you see the green flag, it does not matter. It's all Van der Weegaard. He takes control. They're in the starting zone right now, up until the start-finish line. He guns it right now. Neil Butler's going to get a good little go just to get ahead there. Taylor Lane might get side by side with James Armstrong. All about down to these three in the little back here as Weegaard's making a long run for it. Taylor Lane almost trying to take it 2 or 3 wide even. Neil Butler gets on the inside of James Armstrong. Can Taylor Lane respond? At the moment, it's no for Taylor Lane. He's trying his best into Renault. It's not helping. We'll watch the pros, though. The pros, Dean Timms is waiting for that pit start. Callum Beeman leads them away from Chris Chatterton. Chatterton gets a jump on Christian first. As there's 3 wide behind them. Gilding, Hamilton. And that is Hamilton, Gilding, Saul. And Gilding makes it through the 3 wide. Saul, going to try and respond. He cannot. At the amateurs, oh my word, Saul almost goes side by side then, almost gets touched by Ryan Hamilton out of Renault. Amateurs are still battling the nomads, trying to get somewhere. That looks like Daniel Gilding trying to go around the outside of a car. He's trying to hold on against Matthew Saul. He does hold on. He gets that positional change. He makes it. Saul's going to try and respond, but he's on the outside of Worth. So that, unfortunately, is not his go. Sorry, Seat, I beg your pardon. Meanwhile, there has been a... Come on, no, that's a bit of an incident there. That is the number 3 of Matthew Saul. I think he just lost it on the turning. He did make contact with a car. I think he made contact with Hamilton. Yeah, Hamilton. He made contact with Hamilton. Unfortunately, Saul goes down the order as everyone just goes by. But the elite pros, by the way, let's just go back to the pros because, well, nothing's happened. So we'll stick with the amateurs because this battle between Beeman and Furs, well, it's the one we're all waiting for, really.
Vector versus Midland Sim Racers. Beeman is the representation for Midland Sim Racers, and Vector is looking to see if he can put the name on the map. It is getting quite tight in amateur, as one Craig King has pointed out already. It's the completed lap 1 of an estimated of unknown at this point, but I am guessing by the current lap times it will be about 17 laps.
Yeah, we're still at that crossover period. Is it going to be 17? Is it going to be 18? We are so close in terms of those numbers. It's going to be hard to keep their eyes on. Oh, Christian first going wide at Renault. I almost thought he caught the grass there for a moment. That was one to just be worried about as he holds on. But Chatterton is just holding behind the Eclipse. He's got nothing to lose. It's I'm going to say he's playing spoiler, but Chatterton could really use just a nice finish for the season, battling Daniel Gilding. Oh, Daniel Gilding, he's in a great battle. Currently sitting P4. We've got to talk about this. Daniel Gilding sitting P4 in the race, P4 in the championship, with Leiden Lee not here tonight, gives him a chance to leapfrog and just get a couple points, maybe get himself into that 3rd place to get himself on at the final podium positions. Be very good if he can do that, but unable to. Oh, Daniel Gilding, the late move there on Chatterton. I think the Cakeser is throwing people off.
That's Dodd.
Oh, a big chaos. Free car pile-up. That's Simon Dodd making the spin. Chris Hamer has to hit the brakes, and then with Simon Dodd absolutely losing the car, well, there's nowhere for anyone to go. That's Matthew Saul going into the back of Chris Hamer. All these 3 are at the back of the field. Dean Timms has caught up with them after taking the pit stop, the pit lane stop, but damage to the front of Saul, damage to the back of Hamer. Simon Dodd's dignity, damage from having that spin at the Cakeser. Hamer did try to make a move out of the final corner, but it's not paid off. And look at the damage right now. The back of that car, it's splitter damage more than anything. Saul tried to go side by side with Hamer, unable to go for the late move, the late braking into Elf. Is he going to make it stick? He's going to make it thick. He might even get his teammate right here. He might get Simon Dodd. They're 3 wide through Elf into Renault. Saul makes 2 positions up just from that one move. very risk-reward there. The battle's still not over. He has to battle Chris Hamer right now. What can he do? I think Hamer's on the outside. Saul's overdone it, though, into Repsol. Hamer's going to try and squeeze in on the middle there. Unable to, so if they come to Seat, Matthew Saul holds on to that position.
Dean Timms, he's gone round, and he's not got a front end anymore.
And there's a lot of damn... Oh, yeah, did he cut the grass out of... No, just lost the car completely. And a heavy hit, and that's going to cost him... Well, number one, a lot of time. Number two, a pit stop. Number three, well, no one to race with, and that car is looking very little. Wow. That car does not look comfortable at all right now.
In Pro, it is Van der Wege, Neil Butler, and James Armstrong in a tizzy. It's the three of them, and by the way, Harry Wills has just retaken Taylor Lane over after Taylor Lane took him over, so it's a bit of argy-bargy in the back of the five professionals. Will Egby, by the way, he is 2 laps down, and he's not taking this race, I think.
No, I've not seen him. In fact, I don't even know if he's there at all. He might be going through some internet issues, so that's unfortunate. We hope Will can get back on board. Harry Wilson's had a spin through Seat. Car just said no. Car just said no. Did he overdo it? Did he clip the grass? The latter, not the former. He hit the grass, unfortunately. Harry Wills goes around Taylor Lane, takes that P4, and then he goes wide at Worth. That's going to be a slowdown out of Worth because he has to take the gravel through camp, so he goes. I think he may have got away with it, though. Just going on the gravel might have helped him take a lot of that speed off, yeah. But he pulls Wills back into this battle, so very interesting. Well, the top three just continues the battle on. James Armstrong behind Neil Butler. Now, he's not playing spoiler deliberately. But James Armstrong, yeah, he would like some points. Would just like some points. And P2 would be nice, but if he can't get it, that's all right. There's no worries.
That's all right. That's all right. Now, back to amateur. Back to your regular program.
Yeah, back to your regularly scheduled program. 23 minutes, remaining. It's very quiet out there on the Western Front. By the way, Van der Wege, I think, is the only car at the moment doing 55. So I say that again. Armstrong just at a 55.8. So nothing there. Callum Beeman, by the way, the crucial time here. I just want to go over, for those unaware, the point system here. First place in a sprint race gets 50 points. Second place gets 48 points. There's only a 2-point difference between these two. So if they finish in this position, then it's going to be, dead even going into the second race of the night. And I just want to say, this is very interesting, Rob. That number for laps has barely gone down. We're lap 5, and it's 17.03. We started 17.06. So that number is not going down at all. We may have an 18-lap race. All depends on if Van der Wege wants to control the pace.
Daniel Gilding battling with Chris Chatterton. Chatterton moving up into third, I think, after his bit of an oops. He started ninth, so he's gained one position against Nomad. Ryan Hamilton sitting in 5th, looking to see if he can gain some more places. He started 12th. The issues that Dean Timms had and Simon Dodd able to clinch up a few places at the start as well. So now he's gone after the back end of his teammate and the back end of Chatterton and the Eclipse. Now, where have I heard this before? Eclipse versus Nomad.
Sorry, yeah. Stop us if we've heard that. If you've heard that before, it does sound very familiar. Apart from the numbers, by the way, Gilding's got number 8, Hamilton's got 99. You can tell the difference between the two of them. Hamilton's still got the Murray Walker tribute on the top of his car, but also you can tell the difference because Daniel Gilding is the one that's pounding Chris Chatterton right now for P3 in the amateurs. Just watching Callum Beeman and Christian Fur's battle as well, but it looks like Daniel Gilding might be standing up for a move. He slides to the right at the last possible moment. Late braking, not going to work. Chris Chatterton with some great defense. Good defense there, and he throws Gilding on the sausage curbs there. And that is going to hinder Gilding. Good little move there from Chatterton. They really went a little bit aggressive there. Late braking did pay off. So Daniel's going to have to do it all over again. He thought to himself there, oh, I had it. But no, you don't, Daniel. You don't. Just because you got side by side does not mean you have it. 20 minutes remaining with 6 laps through this race. The battles are tough, the battles are hard, and the battles are fair at the moment. As Chatterton goes wide, but you go wide out of Sia, if you've kept the speed, no one's brave enough to make a move into Worth right here, so that's fine. That sausage curve, it really isn't, well, you might call it the worst place, but you might call it the best place coming out of Worth, because it just says you've got to get back on the track now. You can't skip, but at the same time, you're still like, but the car wants me to go to the right. Oh, late move from Gilding. He's overcooked it and they make contact. And that was a little bit of hesitation there from Gilding. Chatterton, unfortunately, loses another position from Hamilton, but very late decision there from Gilding. He thought about it, and then I think half of it was, oh, wait, we're at this corner, because again, a lot of people drive the historic layouts. And that means you get a longer straight with a wider left turn instead of what it is there. So it is catching people out there. And Chatterton unfortunately goes down. Daniel Gilding gets a vital gets a vital P3 for his podium contention. But up in front, that's Christian Furs right on Callum Beeman.
Yeah, no, not the other way around. It
not
is.
The other way around, yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought. Yeah, Furs has lost the position. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, he fell. Well, no, he qualified much better. He started at 7th. Oh no, he started at 8th. He's currently 7th. Sorry, I'm getting my numbers mixed up. He started 8th. Yeah. He's currently 7th. However, he's not able to get past Beeman. I was about to say Beaumont again. I need to stop that. And
Mrs. Beeman will hate you for that.
Yeah, he will.
No, these are the two. It's great to see such good battling in the front of the field. Furs is just waiting for his opportunities, and it feels like he's finding it at the moment on the start-finish straight. Kind of like the old F1, that there's nowhere to go. There are opportunities here, but they're just matching each other. They're matching each other. I think the best way to go. It was a 1:46.792 last lap for Furs. It was a 1:47.008 for Beeman. They have been almost identical. Now, you remember, you've got to attribute some of that time that Furs has to the slipstream on the straight, but he's taking the rack chicane better. It looked cleaner. It looked like it flowed. It didn't feel like you were doing a circle by making several thousand straight little lines. That looked very good, but the gap is 0.4 of a second. I don't think Furs will be making a move here. He's just eyeing up what he can do. I mean, he's still comfortable in a P2. All he does is just tie with Beeman. And remember, we have a drop week. You still have a drop week in terms of points. We're so close, we don't know what that drop week would be per se for these guys. Regardless, you don't really want to just go, drop week, I'll be fine. But if they fight and they collide, that's where it gets bad. So Christian's just waiting for the right opportunity, methinks. So good evening to Ron and Simsport, of course. Go Rocket Wedge. No, it's Uyghur. Unless you're on about the Lamborghini, it's Uyghur. We've been over this. You've been over this with us. Currently sitting very well out there, but we're not looking at him at the moment. We've got our eyes on this fantastic arm battle. The crucial arm battle. Now, Beeman again going wide. I see dirt. Sorry, not dust. Dirt. Pick up there. Furs. Was he just trying to ask a question by just flinging over to the left there? Coming into the braking zone. It did feel like that was, asking a question of, here I am. What are you going to do? Well, I mean, Beeman saying, well, I'm faster than you. That's what I'm going to do. And again, the way Beeman takes the rack chicane, it doesn't feel fast. but then Furs doesn't get the throttle on early enough to make up the deficit. Okay, he made up 2 tenths then, but start of the lap, the gap was 0.4. It got to 0.6, and that's back to 0.4 just because of that one move. And in fact, you look at the times, a 46.956 for Furs and a 46.963. Look, there's a blink of an eye difference between the two of them, so not to worry. But there is one worry, and that's a Nomad that just did a 146.471 and has shrunk that gap between P2 and P3 to 1.8 of a second. Currently, the fastest amateur on the track is Daniel Gilding. He's already made 3 positions up. Well, technically 2 because of what happened. Chris Chatterton's had a tow, though. Sorry, let's go back to Chris Chatterton. Something has happened to Chris Chatterton. He loses it at Renault. Loses the car at Renault. And just drives off.
Here's the replay. Oh. Okay.
See the replay and just, yeah, I've had enough. Very, 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 very weird. Nevertheless, that is Chris Chatterton's race done. But then again, I suppose a lot after what happened with Hamilton, with Gilding, you can understand his frustrations. Furs continues to battle Beeman. Again, look at that. This is the main battle. Armstrong is still battling Neil Butler, by the way. The gap there is 0.3 of a second. You can roughly see it on the timing tower how close they are. But we want to watch it because very soon it's going to be a case of can Furs overtake Beeman. Lost more time coming up to Europe card this time. Into New Holland they go. Beeman is going to extend his lead. And what are the times now? It's the 46.772 for Furs, which is his fastest lap of the race. But Beeman throws the 46.496. That's not even his fastest. And in fact, Daniel Gilding goes faster than both of them with a 46.415. Gap now between Furs and Gilding is 1.5 seconds. We're at 13 minutes. That lap time, by the way, it's still 17.04. Van der Weegar controls the race right now. He doesn't know it, but he controls what happens in the amateurs. Well, what happens for everybody else, because we still got that battle between Butler and Armstrong, as those two are just having a very polite battle out there. I don't think Armstrong's gotten close enough to say, I want to make a move. But as I say that, Butler's had a little bit of an issue out of the Cakeser as they go up the hill. Closest Armstrong's been to Butler since the start of the race. And that is quite interesting right now. Again, it's another Midland Sim Racing car. You'd be seeing a lot of them at the moment. It's a Project Dynamic behind him. James Armstrong hits the sausage. He's going to lose time there. And just when he thought he could have had an opportunity, he's going to lose that opportunity just by making that one small mistake and hitting the sausages. Oh, that is a shame, because Armstrong, he looked ready to make a move there. But can Beeman make a move on Christian Furs? Again, like I said, you've got a Midland Sim Racing car.
Well, he's already first. It'd be the other way around.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. It's so weird seeing Midland Sim Racing in the lead for both of them. Again, the gap is 0.4. The lap times, it's slower for Beeman this time. It's a 46.754 for Furs, the 47.032 for Beeman. What about Daniel Gilding? Oh, he's not faster. He's only a 46.949. So Christian Furs is right on the back of Callum Beeman right now as he starts pushing. He realizes time is, well, it's not near, because there's still 11 minutes left, but 11 minutes is a long time in racing. Beeman goes wide for Repsol, trying to take a different line. Furs hugs the line. Now Beeman realizes that he has to play defense as they go into Seat. But he's on the inside, Furs is on the outside. But again, that's not the corner you want to make a move on. You just cannot make a move out of that corner because of Worth right here. He has to wait for Worth. He gets up Worth. Oh, that line is brilliant from Furs. Get ready for an overtake here. That was brilliant. Into camp, so the dirty air is on Furs. He's had to hit the brakes. Oh, I don't know now. It's a little bit interesting. That run was fantastic. Beeman may have to go on the defense here. The gap is 0.2 of a second. He will go. He puts himself in the middle. Furs goes for a late move. There was not a lot of gap there. He may have overshot the corner. Has he overshot it? I think he has. No, he hasn't, sorry. He hasn't. Christian Furth makes that overtake. And Beeman gave him no room. Beeman with the best defense he could have given. And Christian Furth with Vector still said, I've got chance here. So now, Furth has that lead. Beeman with that different line into the rack chicane, trying to help him. At the same time, Daniel Gilding is now creeping up. 10 minutes to go. Championship leader takes the lead for the amateurs. Wow. And oh, by the way, just looking at the pros just up ahead, that Taylor Lane in a battle with Harry Wills. Yeah, Taylor Lane loses it coming out of the first turn. And will give up that position to Harry Wills. They're still battling, though, side by side. This is some good racing between these two, even if it is for 5th position. Side by side, Taylor Lane's gone around the outside of Repsol. He's made that move stick around the outside of Repsol. He may have lost the car, though, through Seat. And now Harry Wills is going to take it again. Back and forth, these two go, as Wills will take it into Worth. And now he's gone wide out of Worth. Taylor Lane's going to try to go around the outside of Kapsa. No way. No way. No way. Side by side through Kapsa. Taylor Lane takes it around the outside of Kapsa. They touch. That was netcode touch, but they touch. And Taylor Lane, again, what racing by these two. Fantastic racing between the two of these. As now Lane regains that P4, takes that P4. I can't remember. Wow, that was good. That was good. Around the outside of Repsol, and then the outside of Kamsa? Excuse me? Wow.
Well, when you got to do it, you got to do it, and the staff was licked and it was sent.
James Armstrong's had a moment. James Armstrong's had a moment. He's had a moment. He went wide out the final corner. He spun the car. So he's now in limbo. But meanwhile, Taylor Lane and Harry Wills, they went side by side. They almost touched. They did touch. Into the wall goes Lane. Harry Wills goes into the wall as well. In fact, they're both damaged. Where's Harry Wills? He's been disqualified. Into limits.
Oh, no. No. Don't tell me. Oh, dear. Oh, dear.
Now, I want to see what happened here, because I just missed it. Well, they got the room, and then they both turn into each other. They both, and then Harry's trying to fight for that car. The car is wiggling. The car is just weaving. Then he clipped the grass, and that was it.
And bang.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
That was... Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen that. Let's get back to the battle at hand.
Wheels, yeah. You're in the same bin.
Yep. That's a yellow card. You're in the sim bin, Harry. So stay there for 10 minutes and think about what you've done. Meanwhile, the amateurs, this is a 3-car battle. Christian Furth, Callum Beeman, Daniel Gilding. Realistically, it's the top 3. Well, when Daniel Gilding takes it, whatever result Daniel Gilding gets here, he will get. James Armstrong's had another moment. Now he's in the wall. And it's the same corner. It's New Holland. He loses the car. And he's still facing backwards. This is scary. This is scary because the lead amateurs are coming by. Oh, yeah, that was a bit scary. They're fine. They got through it. Daniel Gilding's got to run on Callum Beeman, though. Beeman's lost a toe on Christian Furth. Gilding's going to go side by side. They tap. Do not do a Harry Wills. No, they don't. Thank Nim for that. Beeman loses that, but he's going to fight back. He's trying to go into the inside of Renault. Almost had it, but Gilding cut it off. Nice little cut-off move there. Gilding's going to hold on to this. I don't think Beeman will go for it at Repsol. This is not where he wants to be. He needs that P2 just to hold on. Can he make it? Looks like Gilding getting thrown wide a little bit. Well, he's off the apex. Not wide too much. He holds on. The question is, if they follow Gilding, if Beeman follows Gilding, does he get up to first? Maybe. But it feels like Beeman has kind of wore the tyres out here. And With 5 minutes to go, here comes the key number 17.01. We are still on course for 18 laps at the death now. It's now 17.02 as Van der Weyden goes across the line with a 1:46.072. So with 5 minutes to go, we're still in that realm of 18 laps. And we talk about it because who is going to run out of fuel? That's going to be crucial. That could turn a P5, a P3 into a P8. It could turn your lead into nothing. It could basically make you hope you get a good final result, you know, in the second race because you'll be at the back of the field. That is what they don't want to see. Yep. Oops by Harry Wills, as he says there. To be, like I said, to be fair, both of the drivers drove into each other. Not on purpose, but they both had their cars angling towards each other. It was a very weird move happening there by both of them. And unfortunately, that's it. We have also lost, well, we haven't lost James Armstrong, but he's got lots of damage there on the front of that car. So he's just driving around. Taylor Lane's had another moment. That car is seen better days. In fact, actually, the engine's gone. What?
Christian Ferris has gone round.
Just as I look away, loses it. Christian Ferris loses it at Seat. And this is vital. Because now Callum Beeman has a 4-second advantage over Ferris. But Beeman's now P2, which means he gets the 48. Not that that matters, because P3 still gets 46. So whatever happens, if it stays like this, Beeman still goes level points with Ferris. That's crazy. That's absolutely mind-blowing. 3 minutes remaining, by the way. The lap counter is still 17.01. Is anyone telling Tanguy this? Is anyone telling him that he controls the fate of the amateurs right now? I don't think he cares. Well, not that he would care, but he's just out there doing his own thing. And to be fair, I think it would be safe to say if he did this, he'd extend this lead to a almost, well, he can extend his lead to almost 200 points and practically be declared champion next or this week, maybe next week, with a week to spare. It's that much dominance right now from Van der Weyden. Its quirks are too... Yeah, I don't mind the Lamborghini. You know, sometimes you go drive the Lamborghini in IMSA. It's one of those things. It is a car that's tough to get, but like if you were to give me a choice between a Lamborghini or a BMW at Sebring, I'd ask if it's bopped, and if it isn't, I'd still go with the Lamborghini just because you're able to put the power down on such a tough, demanding track like that. So it has its perks, but unfortunately, it's that Taylor Lane. Unfortunately, with that engine, I think the engine blew there for Taylor Lane. Dean Tim's now coming in the pits as well. Van der Weyden has crossed the start-finish line. It's lap 17 is 17.02. We're going around again, baby. Penultimate lap time, which is the lap before the final lap. That's a Murrayism if I've ever said one. Daniel Gilding is extending his lead over Callum Beeman. The gap, though, is only about 0.9. Christian Ferris does take half a second away there from Callum Beeman since he had that issue. But I think Beeman's just content with where he is at the moment. Because really, bearing any issues, touch wood, knock on wood, whatever you say in your country, Gilding's going to take this lead. He's going to take the 50 points. Beeman's going to take the 48. Ferris is going to take the 46. If it stays like this, and it's just going to be... It's going to be an alright on the night, I think.
It'll be alright on the night.
I missed that show. M4 is king. Really slow, though, according to some. Yeah, it doesn't like the slow corners. I know it's the Lamborghini. It doesn't like the slow corners just for the sake of, because the engine's at the front, the back just wants to spin. The traction just kicks in. But it's a car that you know what it's going to do. That's one thing I do like about the BMW. You know what it's going to do. It's stable enough that if you tell it to go somewhere, it will tell you yes or no and give you an option on how to do something else. Unlike another car where if you said do this, it would say no and just go, I'm sorry, Hal, I can't let you do that, and just completely throw you off.
Van der Weyga crossing the line in pole or in P1.
Oh, wait, that was the last lap.
That was the last lap, yep.
He must have slowed down then, because I did not see that. So Daniel Gilding is going to be coming across shortly. Callum Beeman could not fight it, could not get close enough. So Daniel Gilding will take the victory in the amateurs. After that Christian Fur's mistake, Beeman will take P2. And Christian Furs will take P3. Is that Ryan Hamilton gone around? No, he's just going very slow. So that's going to be that. There is a little battle at the end, by the way, for the Eclipse guys. You've got a damaged Matthew Saul and a non-damaged Simon Dodd. Are they just going to come home together? Are they going to hold hands and cross the line together so both of them get the points? Who knows?
So they all win.
They all win. It's Eclipse. They all win. When one wins, they all win. They're just coming, the last few cars, across the start-finish line. Well, to the rack chicane. And, yeah, I mean, Simon Dodd's just allowing Sewell to take the position. So that will be it. And that means that Van der Weyga will take victory. He is oh so close to that championship. Neil Butler will be P2. Filling in tonight. Daniel Gilding then for the amateurs will win the amateur class with Callum Beeman P2 and Christian Furs P3. Gamer, that's vital. They're now level on points in the championship. Ryan Hamilton will be overall 4th for the amateur. James Armstrong 3rd for the pros. Chris Hamer follows Matthew Saul and Simon Dodd will follow Dean Tim. Dean Tim's finishes 2 laps down, which means he will be pole for the amateurs. Taylor Lane finishes 3 laps down. Harry Wills got disqualified 5 laps down. Shame on you, Harry. Chris Chatterton 8 laps down. And Will Egby, unfortunately, never took the start. He was furrow-footed. And has anyone seen him? Has anyone seen him? He's gone missing.
He has gone AWOL.
Yeah, we've lost him, Jim.
Now, as is per usual for me, waiting for the next race to tick over. Any motorsport news there, Craig?
Any motorsport news? Yeah. The Jeddah Street Circuit has been announced. And it's horrible. I'm scared. I'm literally scared. You don't advertise
for what?
Yeah. F1.
I was just like, well, the Jeddah Street Circuit for iRacing?
No, I was going to say for Formula E. It would have been good if it was for Formula E, but they've already done that. No, that they're making and this is true, the fastest street track in the world. And modders have already come out and made the track. And I've seen videos of it online of sim racers on this track with an F1 car. And I'm scared. I think someone described it as you can count on your hand the number of braking zones. And if you're in this chat, I'm sorry I just stole your quote. But it's true. There's not a lot of braking zones. There's a lot of full speed where you can basically almost go around a corner by just lifting a little bit with no braking. And it doesn't look very nice because then if you're going that speed in a street circuit with no runoff, yeah, something's not going to go well there. I'm kind of worried. And if it is what it's going to be like, there could be, issues. I think some drivers may talk about the safety issues. I hope they talk about the safety issues because it looks scary. It really does. And I've never said that about a racetrack. I think the last time I said something like that was Heat of the Moment saying that the Red Bull Ring turn 2 at the Red Bull Ring was too dangerous for motorbikes. And that's the last time I said anything. But the Jeddah Street Circuit is definitely dangerous.
Just turn quicker. Just wheel the bike quicker.
To the bike quicker. Yeah. 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 Just bike quicker. Wheel harder.
Turn the handlebars quicker.
Is that how you do it in moto? I must admit I don't watch a lot of MotoGP, so. Oh, very interesting. Some iRacing news that's just come out in the last hour or what? Has that just come out? Yeah, the last half an hour / hour. Just been confirmed that 12 Hours of Sebring will have the IMSA paint templates, the new ones that I was raving about. So that's gonna be cool.
I mean, you love those paint templates.
Yeah, because it brings realism back. Do you know what I mean? It's realism.
Fair enough.
I think everyone would. Okay, apart from the fact that like it's ruined every paint, it does bring realism to the to a simulator. You know, it just makes you feel. And also, those templates are just make things really easy to see for broadcasters. So when they do the event, the top split, and they broadcast the top split, you'll be able to see, especially when you're driving around, because the numbers are on the back of the car. In classic American fashion, the numbers are on the back of each car. So you've also got that going for you. I love that. I mean, well, I just love how it's so American, because it's like it in NASCAR. You know, it's like it in any type of racing. The Mazdas, you know, it's just like that. Speaking of the Mazdas, did you see that Pro Mazda, because there was no WEC 1,000 kilometers of Sebring, the Pro Mazda series stepped in and said, we'll be the support races for the 12 hours of Sebring. Did you see the finish for the first race?
No.
3 wide at the finish line.
Nice.
I mean, yeah. I was actually quite surprised at that. It was very good. I do like how I think Andy Hitchens is saying, you went missing halfway through, Harry. What happened? Yeah. just in a Discord chat. Yeah, you went missing. What happened to you, Harry?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Don't want to talk about it. But, I mean, the biggest ticket in motorsport news, of course, is that F1 is back this weekend. MotoGP is back this weekend. NASCAR goes to a dirt track for the first time in the top series in 40 years. Is it 30 or 40 years? 30 years, sorry. So, it's I'm really looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a bumper. You know, I'm also then going to have to be racing, you know, in the 12 hours of Sebring, and I kind of feel like just going, yeah, can I not, you know, can I not start the race just so I can have a cheeky look at the F1? Because when I did the 12 hours, right, of Bathurst, I did my stint as the Formula E was going on, so I didn't watch any of the Formula E, and I was so upset.
Yeah, but Formula E born.
All right, we're taking this outside.
He gets worked up every time I say NASCAR is about driving left, and that's it.
I kind of got immune to that.
Damn it.
Yeah.
He no longer gets angry.
I mean, everyone knows they turn left. You know, come on, it's obvious. You know, we make fun of. I think a group of us were making fun of it when we were watching NASCAR last night, and somebody then joins in and goes, "Do you guys actually take this seriously?" Like, oh yeah, no, we know. we just say it for the laughs. We know. But no, I can't believe you slander Formula E like that. Good technology, it's a very different skill set compared to normal racing. The fact that you need to actually lift on the car. Formula E, check his hard drive. No, I haven't got any.
NASCAR is still better than Formula E is. I'm actually willing to agree with you on that.
I will agree with that hashtag by Chris Chatterton.
Get rid of fan boost.
Get rid of fan boost.
You see the problem is all it is just a Mr. Popularity contest, and that never should happen. The fans should never be in direct control of how fast the car should go.
No. And they barely use the fan boost to actually. And the funny thing is, they barely use the fan boost to make an overtake. They just use it, just when they're, But don't attack mode. That's all I'm saying, because that is their version of DRS, and it does work, and it's very interesting to see the strats with that. So I do like that. I do like the fan boost.
It works now that they actually have enough juice to make it to the end of our race.
Oh yeah. Yeah, don't get me wrong. That was just ridiculous when they had to jump in and out of a car. Formula E was the first. Formula E was the first series that really utilized the fastest lap, and a battle for the fastest lap determined the season 1 champion. Did you know that?
Say again.
Didn't. Basically, the 2 championship rivals in the final race of the year both got hit with damage. Right, so they weren't going to win. Neither of them were going to win the race, but they realized there was points on offer for the fastest lap, and this was before they said fastest lap you have to be in the top 10. So these 2 guys got in their second car and just tried going for fastest laps, because they knew if they got the fastest lap of the race, they would get the point that would allow them to win the championship.
So in other words, they just copped out and weren't like, yeet.
But basically, when they go, okay, Valtteri, it's James. We've got a gap here if you want to go for the fastest lap. That was it. They were like, yeah, just do it. It was like that. It was just the guys driving around trying to battle their own little thing, thinking, I'm going to win a race. And then just see a guy go right by them.
Fair enough.
But Will Egby has returned. So nice to see Will back out there. After that little issue, and then I watch him and he just crashes into Chris Hamer. Curse the man. I curse the man. I'm like, good to see you, Will. He drives straight into Chris Hamer. Oh dear.
Good to see you, Will. That's not what you're meant to do.
Sorry, Chris. Yeah. Well, so this will give us, I think it will give us 6 pro drivers. Hang on, 1. No, we only got 5 pro drivers. I think one of them's pulled out. Taylor Lane has not taken this. I think that also means we're down a couple amateur drivers. We're getting to the end of the season, of course. I think a lot of the drivers are just getting ready to wind down. But they're all English. They're not English. They're all from the UK and Ireland, bar Tanguy. So, Tanguy versus Britain. What can one running SimSport boy do against an entire army of the United Kingdom in Lamborghinis?
A lot. You just have to believe.
He's just there in his car. You know the Braveheart scene? Well, Tanguy's doing that on his own with little figurines on the dashboard of the Lamborghini. Sorry, I'm just trying not.
I had to process that. I had to mentally process what you just said.
Yeah, you know the Braveheart scene.
Which one? It's a movie.
the one where he's on his horse rallying the troops before battle.
Oh, they'll never take our freedom scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware of that scene. Yes.
Just you know, just Tanguy there with his little figurines in the car going, gentlemen, they try to take us. They try to defeat us. We will never fight down. We will never lie down. We will fight back. They can take our Lamborghini, but they'll never take my sim rig. Are you with me? And just go straight on. Folks, I have taken a test. I'm okay. Do not worry.
I worry about you. I really do. 14 racers.
You saw the information there. 26 Celsius, 78 Fahrenheit. Humidity of 26 now. Oh, it's nice and dry out there.
I've never heard of humidity that low.
26%. I think we had a 20% at one stage last season. Will help. In fact, that also promotes faster lap times. But with Van der Weegar not taking a practice lap, we don't know the fastest lap times here. We're running 16.99 in terms of the laps, so we're looking at 17 laps again. Armstrong leads them off, though. As Rob will say the famous words.
This is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. And as they come down past the GP chicane, or the bad chicane, Craig King, take it away.
I will take it away indeed. We're waiting on for James Armstrong. He's going to be waiting for that start-finish line. You wait till the DRS is to start procedure. Holston, wait for the start-finish line. Now he guns it with the green flag waving. And he takes them on. He takes a good lead. Neil Butler is going to be battling Tanguy Van der Weegar. Van der Weegar's just decided, I'm just going to be waiting for the moment behind. Side by side, Weegar now's going to try and dart into the inside for turn one. He makes it, as does Will Egby on Harry Wills. So, Van der Weegar up right away to P2. As Neil Butler's not having a good time. Right behind him is Harry Wills and Will Egby going close together. The amateurs have started. The big boys have started. Matthew Saul needs a black flag cleared. Not exactly sure what's happened there, as he's gone very far up in the lead. Not sure what's happened there. Dean Timms taking them away. A very quick lead. Chris is being battled by Christian Furs as Furs tries to get by. He knows how vital this is right now. It's him and a couple cars between him and Callum Beamont. As Callum Beamont is starting to battle Ryan Hamilton. As they go in, oh, Hamilton almost touching the back of Christian Furs. That's a close one. That could have been very crucial for the championship. Callum Beamont is under pressure for Daniel Gilding into work. And there's a spinner. And a Dean Timms has gone around. I think he's gone around himself. He has.
Oh, yeah, he did. Just to show you that again. Here's Dean Timms. And unfortunately, just as they were coming in, and around they went. Oh.
Right, while you're watching that, Christian Furs takes P3 in the amateurs. This is a vital position for him because Callum Beamont is stuck at the moment. He's stuck between Chris Hamer and Daniel Gilding, and then once he gets by them, he's got to get to Ryan Hamilton. So he's got 3 cars between him and Christian Furs. Meanwhile, at the first lap, we've also got a tower, by the way. That's Dean Timms. He decided to tow the car. It looks like Van der Weegar is battling James Armstrong at the moment. It's a question of when, not if for those. As we wait and see, but this battle brewing. It looks like Hamilton is under pressure from Christian Furs. Christian Furs is going to make another position. Is he? There's a slider in front of them. They all come together. A little bit of contact there. And that's Christian Furs in the wall. Furs is in the wall. Gets clipped by the 99 after touching. And then the 49 there, Simon Dodd, puts him in the wall. Totally on accident. But championship implications. As Christian Furs is at the back of the field. And I tell you what, it would not surprise me if he's got steering damage. That steering wheel does not look good. I think he's got steering damage. No, he's got away with it. But he is
still
12 seconds behind.
His nose is bloody.
Wow, but he is 13 seconds behind Callum Beamont. Championship implications. All I can say. Wow. We'll keep eyes on that. That is unfortunate there for Furs. We keep looking around the field. Van der Weege unable to get by James Armstrong at the moment, and he's just having a little bit of a stroll today. I'm not on about Lance or Lawrence. He's got Neil Butler battling in behind. In fact, the top four, separated by a second and a half in the early stages. We're at 17.1 in terms of pace, and of course, cooler track, less humidity. We are going to see those fast times, so I think we are looking at 18 laps for this race. Matthew Saul, though, I think that's an unexpected lead for the amateurs. So, where is Callum Beeman? Callum Beeman currently sitting P4 in the amateurs. Now, again, we go back to the point standing. P4 would give him 44 points. Christian Furs being at the back of the field. I mean, it's still good. If he stays within those 2 laps, what is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 8th. I mean, he's 8th. That's only 36 points. So he's only looking at a 10-point deficit. Which isn't, it doesn't sound a lot. But it can also be a lot when you think about how close they are with just 2 races left. The endurance race could be the make or break when it comes to your drop weeks, which we will try and update people on drop weeks next week for that, because it's going to be very vital in that 75-minute race around Suzuka. But I think Van der Weege might be able to make a move on Armstrong this lap. The gap is to 0.4 as they come around New Holland. And Armstrong almost touching that grass. He had so many incidents in the first race where he was touching that grass and having moments. 145.2 for Armstrong with a 45.129 for Van der Weege. But not right now. Not today. He just does not have the gate. Well, he does not have the straight to make that move. As the more he gets held up, the more Neil Butler's like, I want to come and have a go at this. Just to play spoiler, just to hold off everybody. So that is what's happening in the pros and the amateurs. You can see this battle for Callum Beamont and Daniel Gilding. Gap about half a second right now between the two of them. Nomad versus Midland Sim Racers. We've seen this all season long. Beamont could use the top 3 right here just for the points, as Christian Furs is trying to make, I think he's on damage limitation right now. Probably hoping for a car to be crashed out to gain a position or something along those lines, as Beeman is now just thinking, just get to the finish line. Just get to the finish line. There's 23 minutes left. Just get to the finish line. He's got no car threatening him behind. He's got Daniel Gilding in front. If he wants to go past Gilding, he can. He is one of the fastest cars out there for the amateurs at the moment. 145.336 was his last lap. So Beeman really taking advantage of this cold, dry track. Cold and dry in Barcelona at 5 o'clock in the evening on the 22nd of March. Yes, it is the 22nd of March in terms of sim time, because Barcelona is open nowadays. So that's how it works in racing.
I mean, to be fair, if he sits there, he's not in a bad place at all.
No, he still gets his 44 points. He would get 46 if he took P3. But the 44 points there is still vital, and it's 10 points more, or near enough, what Christian Furs is getting. So if he just stays there, it's going to be grand for him. He's gonna have a nice time. He'll know his work is done because he came into the night behind Christian Furs in the championship. He's gonna leave the night with almost 10 point advantage, give or take drop weeks, because for all we know, this could be Christian Furs' drop week. He could throw in a 100-point race at Long Beach and just take the championship, you know, just because of that. So just waiting to see, but at the moment with without drop weeks, it would be Beeman's championship if the season ended right now. And we're not going to end right now because, you know, we've still got 21 minutes remaining on the race. You can see on the timing tower the gap between James Armstrong and Van der Weegar is down to about 0.2, 0.3. That gap is considerably closing, but Van der Weegar cannot get out. And this is one of the reasons I don't like the chicane, because how can you get a good exit out the chicane if you're following someone? Because you don't know when they're going. You've got that dirty air, you're struggling. So you see that timing tower, the gap there is still about 0.2, 0.3. You'll see it change. You'll probably see an overtake there. It's the top 3 of the pros. Well, all the top 4 of the pros, sorry, separated by a second. But we're enjoying this battle in the amateurs right now. Callum Beeman trying to catch on to Daniel Gilding. Beeman did a 1:45.966 last lap, and Gilding did a 1:45.926. So you can do the maths there. That's 400th of a second gap between the two of them, with Gilding slightly pulling ahead. And Christian Furs, unfortunately, well, Christian Furs, that damage, right? He's got damage to that nose. He hit the wall. No steering damage, no suspension damage. Still did a 46.5 last lap, which is, you know, for someone that's got the nose hit in, that's pretty impressive. No, hats off to him for that, in all due fairness. Overtake in the pros, or side by side with the pros. Atari Wills has the toes. We'll look at that in a minute. Van der Weegar's just going to run the outside of the Cakester to overtake James Armstrong. James Armstrong will fight for this position, but I don't think he's going to be able to. It's Van der Weegar, yeah, around the outside of the Cakester. Say it isn't so. That was a great move. Simon Dodd has a meatball. He is out of the race. Harry Wills.
Oh, Harry Wills, no. In the same place as Dean Timms. Oh, yeah, and there's a wall ready to greet him.
Carl just said no, and yep. Oof. Heavy hit. That's a shame. By the way, Van der Weegar is still getting battled from James Armstrong here as we're watching that. And it looks like Armstrong tried to get on the inside of Renault. He's trying. He gets the inside and he gets an overlap. He'll have the inside for Repsol. And he has got it. The overlap is there. Can Armstrong hold on to this? Can he make this move to the inside of Repsol? They almost touch. Van der Weegar holds onto it, so they're side by side going down into Seat. Can Van der Weegar hold on to Seat? If he gets this and gets that overlap gone, he's got this. He's on a small overtake. Small overlap, sorry. Small overlap, and it's going into Worth. Armstrong's going to try and fight this, but Armstrong can't. It's okay, though. Neil Butler and Egby might be behind them, but at the same time, into Campster they go. A little bit of brake there from Armstrong. Slipstream. Can he get enough slipstream for late braking into the Cakester? Remember, not historic, so the corner's right here. Goes for the braking. It's not late. It's not late. And Will Egby! Will Egby, is he trying to go Bob Butler? No, Armstrong gets spun! Egby gets spun! Oh my days! Both of them spun out! What on earth just happened?
Oh.
We gotta dissect this. That's Will Egby going for a late move.
Oh.
And he starts to move. He taps Armstrong. And as they're going round, there's still an overlap between Egby and Butler. And so, where's Butler going? You've got Armstrong taking the wide line. You've got Egby pushing Butler all the way over. Such a weird... That unfortunately could have been done better. Could have been done better.
Oh, that was...
I mean, we joke about a Project Dynamic sandwich. Neil Butler just had the full experience and not the experience he would have wanted. And I'm sorry. I think Will could have prevented that. At the end of the day, Armstrong was not going to hit Butler, and but because of what happened with Egby, to me that just says to me that what could have been. So Egby and Armstrong, product dynamic drivers, will battle for P3. But meanwhile, it's it's a shame. It's a shame what's happened there. No Butler will take a P2. He now tries to catch on to Van der Weegaard, but Van der Weegaard's just in a league of his own at the moment. And I look at this with Armstrong now in 4th position, and I'm starting to ask myself, can we crown Tanguy already? This will put him up with another victory here. I'm knocking on wood. It will put him up to 758 points. James Armstrong P2 at 494. He had a P3. He's got a P4 at the moment. So he's only getting, 46 and 44. It's only 90 points. It's 10 points difference. So, that puts him just on my maths. I think, Van der Weegaard's still going to turn up next week just to seal the championship with just one race. Where I think if he wins, I think that's it for Van der Weegaard. But we'll wait and see. So that's happening. Battle in the amateurs, though. Ryan Hamilton versus Matthew Saul as Hamilton goes for a late move into turn 1 and does not make it. He realizes he's not there. Now his teammate Daniel Gilning's right on his back. And that also brings Callum Beeman into the fray. So we just had the top 4 in the pros separated by a second. How about we have the top 4 in the amateurs separated by a second? Eclipse, Nomad, MSR. Why the hell not? With 15 minutes remaining, we're at the halfway stage. And once again, it is showing 17.03. So I think we may just get that 17 lap race once again. Matthew Saul kind of needs a break, but when you've got 2 nomads behind, it's not like you can look behind you and think, oh god, I need him to be held up by the other guy. I need him to be battling the other guy because I need to start to pull away. No, because they're teammates. They're not going to be battling each other so hard at the moment. They're going to be working together. But at the same time, Hamilton probably like, come on, we need to get past Saul. And Gilding's like, come on, we need to stop Beeman. Because, that's crucial. That's crucial, stopping the guy behind you. Because one mistake by one of you, and Beeman's going to probably get up to P2. And that would definitely be a 10-point. At the moment, again, you're looking at a 10-point gap between Beeman and Furs in the championship when this is all said and done. Actually, that changes now because I apologise. That was before Simon Dunn and Dean Timms had their incident. Beeman, sitting P4 at the moment, would get 44 points. And you've got Christian Furs currently sitting 7th, 38 points. So it's only a 6-point deficit.
So as it stands, it is in amateur, Sewell leading the race, Hamilton behind by three quarters of a second, Daniel Gilding right up his trumpet, and Callum Bowman not too far behind. Chris Chatterton is in the top 5, but he is just under 5 seconds behind. And the other 2 amateurs that are still currently running, Chris Hamer and Christian Furs, they are very much down the pecking order.
And you owe a drink because you said Beaumont.
Oh no! Oh, I'm gonna get yelled at now, but I got it wrong.
You are. I hope you feel happy.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
You know what happens to people that get the names wrong, don't you?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So with these top 4 just sliding around at the moment, it's more of a just wait for the opportunity, and they're all like 0.4 between each other. So again, when they come out of the rack chicane, we're not going to see any serious overtakes, unless there's a mistake. And I say that, look at that. Ryan Hamilton's just on the back of Sewell right now. Sewell's got to go defensive. Hamilton has tried this before, though, at this type of position. did not pay off for him. So, yeah, you think to yourself maybe, but no, it's just not there. We're on lap 11 of possible 17. May stretch out to 18. All depends on what Van der Weegaard does. He may just want to get the race over with. Yeah, just get the race over with, slow down, and just go like, yeah, no, I only want to do 17 laps. I don't want to go around here another lap. So, wait and see what happens there. There are other battles going on. Will Egby and James Armstrong still battling in front. In fact, it looks like Armstrong. Yeah, Armstrong's just Will Egby's just let Armstrong through, and Armstrong taking P3, almost like team orders there as Egby allows Armstrong to get back up there. So, not missing anything there. So we'll go back to our regularly scheduled battle.
Yeah, it's regularly scheduled battles. Yes, indeed.
Ooh, hello, the Nomads just having different lines through Kampsa. Almost for a moment, looked like Gilding was going to try and set up an overtake on Hamilton. But Gilding's got to defend against Beamont right here as Beamont goes the long way around. He's trying the slingshot. Not worked out for him. And almost just eat... Well, he doesn't almost. He does eat the sausages, I beg your pardon. And he's just going to lose a little bit of time there. And all of a sudden, this 4 starts to just stretch out in the middle. As that gap needs closing down. And in fact, that would do it. That would do it with Gilding having a fantastic rack chicane. Wow! That was a good chicane there. Now, will Gilding upset the apple cart and his teammate here? No. No, because he does not get a good launch off the final corner. And in fact, I'm just looking. Is that damage to Hamilton? There's a little bit of damage to the left of Hamilton's car, the rear left. It's mainly scratches. It's nothing too serious. Might be a little bit of denting, but not affecting his drag whatsoever. We'll continue. Want some lap times? Have some lap times. A 146.623 for Saul. 146.676 for Hamilton. A 146.504 for Gilding. A 146.412 for Beamont. So he's not right there. The slowest is in the front. The fastest is at the back. But they're continuing to find the positions. And again, Beamont can be complacent with a P4. It will give him the championship lead. Only by a few points. You know, if he gets up to the podium, that's a 10-point lead. Yeah, that's a 10-point lead he gets. But at the moment, we're looking at like 6 points as the gap continues to shrink. And in fact, I think Gilding might have to go on the defense here. And Gilding will. He's going to hug that left side once again. I mean, does that help though? Because Beamont's still getting slipstream from Hamilton, who's coming the normal racing line. But Beamont unable to make a move as Gilding is... It's almost like that pawn in a game of chess, defending its queen or king. But, you know, the other pieces. It's not barging. Not budging whatsoever. I forgot how to play chess.
I mean, Beamont he's essentially got control of play now. If he can continue to sit where he is and be very happy with his P4, but if he starts upsetting the apple cart, and especially if he leaves it to 5 minutes to go, he could really start doing some damage.
I think that's what he's waiting for. I think he's just waiting for his opportunity. But he can make it. And in fact, you see there, Gilding just having a little bit of a moment. He could sit here and just wait for those cars to make a mistake. It will be some interesting last laps. That is definitely for sure. And you can see Hamilton is almost on the back of Saul's bumper right now. In fact, Hamilton's trying to make a move on Saul, and Saul blocks it off and cuts off any chance of a late move. Will Egby's had a moment. Oh, no. Will Egby get off the track? Get off the track. Gets off the track, but he's still going on the track. This is going to be very dangerous as they come up to Kampsa. They're going to have to slow down because that's Will Egby. He's had a moment just outside of Worth into the Kampsa. He does get back up to some sort of a speed there. I was worried there for a moment because he wasn't getting back fast enough, and that is a very fast section. Beamont still battling Gilding. He cannot find a way around. He's just having to wait. I mean, don't tell Callum I said this, but maybe you just follow Gilding and just say, make the move. I'm not going to change. That's an off there from Hamilton. does. Saul, sorry, I beg your pardon. Saul holds on to his lead, but the Riven's been upset right now. Hamilton could try and make it too wide through New Holland. Just side against it, but he's got the slipstream. And Saul will have to try and play defense. Right slap bang in the middle of the track right here. Does Hamilton go left? Does Hamilton go right? He's tried to sell the dummy. Dummy's worked sufficiently. Can he outbrake Saul? Side by side, he outbrakes. Does he go too hard? Does not, and that is the positional change. And that is Ryan Hamilton taking the lead of the race as Saul continues to fight on. And that's fantastic. This is actually may work good for Beeman if he wants to take a position. If he wants to try and climb up the ranks. Now the Nomads are split. I think he's got a chance. The last laps, by the way, that's Matthew Saul going wide. We'll talk about the lap times in a minute. And still have to defend against Daniel Gilding, and does so, but it's all getting a very bit tense up in the front here. Saul with a mistake as they come around Cancer. Just keeps it going. Beeman knows he has to get past Gilding. He's trying to get the overlap. He can't make a dummy now as they're side by side going into the Kexer. And this may work for Beeman again, because look at the hold-up that Gilding has. And again, like I was saying, this is where if I was Beeman right now, I'd be taking the line. And is that Matthew Stewart going wide? It is. Matthew Stewart going wide. And Callum Beeman has a slide. Callum Beeman there has a slide. He loses any chance of momentum amongst Sabadell. And he's back on the attack. But with all this crazy happenings between the four of these, Chris Chatterton's just gone, hello, I want to race. I want to race. I'm right here. He's almost in slipstream range of Callum Beeman. Lap 15 at 17, possibly 18. Again, all depends on what Van der Weegar wants to do at the front of the field. Okay, we're not showing the front of the field because the gaps are so far out. We're keeping our eyes on this amateur battle. It's fantastic. As Ryan Hamilton, if he can pull away, if he just pulls away from his teammate, that might be it for Callum Beeman, and it might be it for Nomad to get a 1-2. But it's not all said and done with 4 minutes left to go, as Daniel Gilding will have to hold off Matthew Sewell, who himself is getting ready to defend against Callum Beeman. And I think now this might be Callum's best, granted, he had a moment last lap at Banks Sabadell, might be his best moment right now to get on the podium. And those extra 2 points, crucial. Because I'm also looking at the relative, and Chris Hamer is going slow to the point that Christian Furs might catch him at the end of the race.
Daniel Gilding a second behind Ryan Hamilton, who is being chased by Matthew Sewell, who's being chased by Callum Beeman. There is literally no other battles. You're missing nothing else. This is the thing to watch right at this moment in time, as they come down to, I think this is lap
New Holland
15 or lap 16, sorry.
Yeah, lap 16. This is New Holland as they continue to go around. The lap times coming in of 45.595 for Beeman. What a lap from Callum. The 46.090 for Sewell, 45.929 for Gilding, and a 45.843 for Hamilton. Might be a bit too late for Beeman to get up to the front of the field, but like I said, a podium would do wonders. And if he can keep that free 2-car gap, between himself and Christian Furs, it's going to help him, because Hamer is only 2 seconds ahead of Christian Furs. So things could change there between those, as Hamer just threw in his fastest lap of the race. So I will be keeping eyes on that, because if Furs gets the position, brilliant. That's brilliant for him. You know, it's damage limitation in terms of a championship battle. But at the moment, we are looking at these 4 cars, and they've been driving around together, for the last 20 minutes, I think, in this form, in somewhat of this formation. Is that a pro I see in the distance? It is. I think that's Will Egby and James Armstrong.
It is a pro, and you see the distance. Indeed.
That James Armstrong having another invalid lap. That's 3 invalid laps in a row. So I think he's having some issues out there getting down the corners. It's definitely not a meatball because he would have been disqualified by now, taking those 3 laps. Regardless, I'm keeping my eyes on this gap between Saul and Beeman because it's down to 0.3. If it goes down to 0.2, then I think it's time to crank it up. In fact, Will Egby pulls to the side. He does not want to interfere in any of these battles, but it does hold up here. It looks like Beeman will not be able to get past Saul because Saul's got that slipstream of Daniel Gilding. Reset, recharge. Oh no, in fact, late move into turn 1. Beeman almost trying to go side by side there. That was very late. And in fact, is that going to be through Renault? There's a little gap there that Beeman can look for. He's trying to hold on to it. I think he might have a run here. He might have a run down to Repsol. It's going to be late braking if he wants to make this into Repsol. He is going to make it. And down the inside of Repsol goes Callum Beeman. He will take a crucial P3. And as they come to the final lap, no, not the final lap, is it? I think they may have one more to go.
I can't tell.
We cannot tell. 25 seconds remaining. And Van der Weegart's going up the hill. This may be the last lap. We'll see. Going to be touch and go. 17, 16 seconds, 15 seconds. Van der Weegaard goes through the chicane. 12 seconds, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. He might have to go around again. 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds. We're going around again. 2 seconds. Was just 2 seconds. And all of a sudden, Callum Beeman is thinking to himself, I am the luckiest man alive. Because it gives him a crack, one last crack at Daniel Gilding for that P2. Wow, is he the luckiest man alive right now. And meanwhile, by the way, Chris Chatterton overtakes Matthew Saul. What is this going to do for fuel? What is this going to do for fuel? That's the next crucial
I don't even
question.
want to think about it.
James Armstrong been disqualified. So that talk of, yeah, he did have a meatball. Armstrong did have a meatball. So that is late drama.
Oh, he thought it would tick over an extra lap, I think.
Yeah. I think he would. Looks like Chris Chatterson's just had a moment as well. And now he's gone wide. He's let Chris Hamer go by. So it tells me Chatterson's not got the fuel. Chatterson's not got the fuel. Who else doesn't have the fuel is the next question. Van der Weegart's coming up to the rack chicane, by the way. He'll be finishing this race very shortly. He takes the victory. Callum Beeman does come out cancer. He has got the pushing and hit that. There it is. That's what I wanted him to do earlier on. Is just take all that slipstream. He's going to try and go around the outside of the cakester. It's not worked for him. He's just still trying to find any opportunity he can. He's got to be careful. Everything's changed with this fuel because Christian Furs is going to get a P5. With the fuel issue, it's going to be a P5. Callum Beeman almost goes into the back of Daniel Gilding. Ryan Hamilton, we've got one corner left. He will take victory for the amateurs. It's going to be a nomad 1-2. Beeman could not get that position. Hamilton, Gilding, Beeman, Hamer is 16 seconds behind. Does he have the fuel? Here's Christian Furs. Hang on 1 second. Have they got fuel? Saul and Chatterton's had a moment together. Oh no, they both out of fuel. They're both out of fuel. As Hamer takes P4 and Furs takes a P5. Chatterton's out of fuel. Saul. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the slowest race ever. Saul's got the fuel. Chatterton doesn't. And I think Harry Wills is kind of... I think that...
No, Chatterton has the fuel.
Oh, apparently Chatterton's got the fuel, but Saul doesn't. Okay. So, do they have the fuel? Yeah, they have the fuel. And now they're going down the hill. Yeah, they're going to be fine. Very weird end to the race. But that will be it for the evening's processions. Which means we can finally go over the results, because Tanguy van der Wieger takes another hundo. He takes 100 points with that cursed barrier once again.
Yes, the cursed barrier's back, baby.
Van der Wieger take the back-to-back result once again. Neil Butler filling in tonight gets a P2. And that's the pros. Well, let's go to the amateurs then. Right away, Ryan Hamilton wins the amateurs. A great battle between the amateurs tonight. Daniel Gilding makes it a Nomad 1-2, take P2. Callum Beeman takes P3 and the championship lead. Let's dip quickly into the pros as Will Egby takes the P3. Then Chris Hamer, 4 for the amateurs. Christian Furs, after having that incident to start the race, gets the P5 for the amateurs. That's crucial. Matthew Stoll and Chris Chatterton, they finished, but they limped over with the fuel issues. James Armstrong disqualified with a lap to go, and of course, it was just hoping it would not go an extra lap. Harry Wills was 12 laps down, Simon Dodd 15 laps down, and Dean Timms 18 laps down.
It's been a quiet day today, but still good racing. Still good racing to be had. But unfortunately, it all has to end. So, if you do like what you see, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video. I hope you guys did enjoy the race. I know it was a bit quiet, but, you know, it's still good entertainment. I mean, prove me wrong.
We're entertainment enough for you. If you like more of us, hit that subscribe button and the bell, like Rob was saying. And, do be prepared to give any donations, or join our members, our membership with our free tier list, or join us on our Discord. The link underneath the video. It's a very nice Discord full of memes and me constantly spamming at everyone like a good boy I am. Shout out to TrackCams22.com once again for providing these fantastic camera angles, as the one you've just seen with this lovely aerial photo. It looks like a ram's horn. I always think to myself, how do I describe what Catalonia looks like? Never work it out, but regardless. We're back Wednesday night with the RSR World Series. Another sprint race in the World Series for the GT3s. Promises to be fun. Until then, though, I'm gonna have a break and probably a drink. I've been Craig King.
And I have been Robert O'Brien.
This is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening.